Camera charge?
Yeah.
Ready to go?
Cleveland Browns.
Oh, we ready?
We going.
Alright, man. So, yeah, man, let's just continue our 32 video series, CouchPotatoGM.com.
State of the franchises.
Past, present, and future. We in the AFC North. And let's start from the bottom, like Drizzy Drake. Started from the bottom. What we doing, man?
We are doing the Cleveland Browns, the Dawg Pound.
Dawg Pound. Yo, they got some good fans over there, man.
Yeah, they got some faithful fans.
Some great fans.
Faithful fans, yo. So, you talk about the history, man. The Browns was the franchise in the 40s, before the Super Bowl era, 40s, 50s, 60s. Otto Graham, then Jim Brown. So they was killing it. And then they went into a little dull for a while, and then spring back up in the late 80s with Marty Schottenheimer.
Marty Ball.
What's quarterback? Kozar? It was Kozar? Kozar and them boys. The U. You know what I'm saying? So, but since 1990, they've had 3 winning seasons, 2 playoff berths.
Yet them fans keep showing up.
And they've been bad for like the last 2 decades, man. Terrible.
Like not 6 and
not regular bad.
6 and 10, 7 and 9. Like no hope bad. 4 and 12 bad. You know. So now we are in the present with Hue Jackson.
Hue Jackson's a new guy. And we got before we get
recent history.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's talk about why. Let's talk about why are they this bad?
Organization.
The lack of stability.
I mean, how many coaches have they had?
Exactly.
How many GMs have they had?
Right. How many owners have they had?
How many quarterbacks have they had?
It's an open door, man. Just it's trial and error till we get it right, I guess.
Yeah.
Terrible.
And now they get to the new regime. Now they're trying to do this analytics in their football. They brought in Hue Jackson. They've drafted pretty well over the last 2 seasons. Just getting guys that really produced in college. You know, got the 2 top sack leaders last year. Got Corey Coleman in the draft. You know, best receiver last year. So it's like it's a change in the guard in Cleveland, man. And the fans.
Danny Manziel?
Oh, we're going back to Manziel.
I'm just asking.
Cleveland, they wanted to forget about that one.
Okay, well,
I mean, it's not just Manziel though. It's been Whedon, Brady Quinn,
Tim Couch.
You know, I think I actually applaud the Browns for not the guy that they coveted was Goff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they realized that they were going to get Goff, so they didn't. You know what I'm saying? Throw their eggs in that Carson Wentz basket. Mind you, there are a lot of people who believe Carson Wentz was the best quarterback prospect in this draft, but Cleveland did not believe that. So instead of hitching your wagon to that guy, let's continue to bolster the rest of our roster. And at some point we will get the quarterback that we need. You know what I mean? Right now, obviously they got RG3 and to see if there's anything there, see if there's anything in the tank, see if they can get get lightning in a bottle. But I applaud their approach. Yeah, I applaud it.
Had to, because they've been reaching for quarterbacks the last couple of seasons, and they've all failed. Like you said, let's build everything else on the roster, and then when we get that guy, that quarterback, then he'll take us to the next level.
I mean, they got a good coach in Hue Jackson. What they had like 55 picks, in the draft, and they went with the numbers, man. I mean, how many receivers did they draft? I don't know if Josh Gordon is going to play this season. He got caught up with the suspension or the weed or whatever it was. I mean, I think they have a good start with Hue Jackson. It's a good coach, solid coach. From what I hear over there, the players love what's going on over there. It's a start. Unfortunately for them, they're in a dogfight division.
Yeah, tough division.
It's Browns fans. You're on the way up, but it's a slow process.
Yeah, you're gonna have to exercise more patience.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen just.
And the team has to exercise more patience.
Yeah.
We talked about how much turnover there's been in the front office, in terms of the coaching staff on the roster. That has to come to an end. It has to come to an end. As you know, the league is funny. There are people who can go, 6-10, and then end up, with a 13-3 record the next season. It's happened before. But in terms of Cleveland, you're gonna have to exercise more patience.
You gotta be patient, and you think about the other teams in the division. The Steelers had 3 coaches over the last how many seasons? They stick. Cincinnati had Marvin Lewis over a decade now. and Baltimore have had Harbaugh for a while too now. So you know, just follow that format and just, you know, stick it out with Hue Jackson, and hopefully that, you know, he'll get you where you want to be.
If I'm not mistaken, the Ravens, you know, obviously the Ravens haven't been around forever, but they've only had 2 coaches in their history. You understand what I'm saying? You know, the amount of it's astonishing how much change there's been. And again, it's not just the coaches, not just the players. It's at every level. It's at ownership. You know what I mean? So you know, GMs, like you can't win that way. You can't win that way. So
yeah, let's get into the future now, man. What you see for the future?
The future is just what we were saying, man. It's stability. Like it's not a very good built team. It's you're just gonna have to be patient. You're gonna have to continue to draft well, continue to play the numbers, and hope you catch fire with a quarterback. Hopefully you run into a Jameis Winston.
So
hopefully you run.
We don't think RG3 is that quarterback for their future. He's like a placeholder.
It's just a placeholder, man. I don't see it, man. And the talent's not around him right now.
RG3. The incentive for RG3 is to play to continue to extend his career, because I'm not sure that you know, he's going to be effective enough in Cleveland to be the guy that they feel will turn their franchise around. But he could be effective enough to you know, get a longer leash in the NFL, because the number of if he face plants, and there's a legitimate chance that he will, you know, despite the fact that we're rooting for him, you know, there may not be too many takers because there's a lot of baggage that comes along with RG3. You know what I mean?
You would say this is probably like an interview, like a probational period to see. You know what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. I guess it wraps it up, man. CouchPotatoGM.com. Where else? YouTube,
Twitter,
subscribe,
Facebook, iTunes. Subscribe, rate us, like us,
comment, man. We want these comments, man. We want to hear it.